The Rodriguez family influence in Denver's pediatric psychology and family therapy community hadn't been built through inherited connections or academic privilege. It had been systematically developed through 3 generations of dedicated service to troubled families, strategic professional development, and unwavering commitment to ensuring that family relationships served healthy development, rather than enabling manipulation, entitlement, or systematic exploitation of parental love and sacrifice that could destroy both individual growth and family stability. My grandmother, Carmen Rodriguez, had immigrated to Colorado from Mexico in 1943, with nothing but a teaching degree from Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico and an unshakable determination to help children and families build better lives in America. Starting as a bilingual school counselor in Denver's rapidly growing Hispanic community despite language barriers and cultural challenges, she had worked her way into the developing field of family psychology during the 1950s and 1960s, developing an exceptional understanding of family dynamics, behavioral patterns, and most importantly, the intervention strategies necessary to help families break cycles of dysfunction while building healthy relationship structures based on mutual respect and appropriate boundaries. Carmen had recognized early that the rapidly expanding Denver metropolitan area represented unprecedented opportunities for immigrant families who understood both educational development and the therapeutic frameworks necessary to help children and families thrive across cultural transitions and generational challenges. Her approach to family counseling had been characterized by meticulous attention to behavioral patterns and family systems, comprehensive understanding of cultural dynamics and generational trauma, and absolute commitment to ensuring that family relationships served healthy development rather than perpetuating cycles of dysfunction, entitlement, or emotional manipulation that could damage both individual growth and family stability. Las relaciones familiares deben basarse en respeto y reciprocidad, no solo en conexiones de sangre y obligación emocional, Carmen had often explained to clients and family members who sought her guidance on parent-child dynamics and family boundary setting. The love of parents should be honored and appreciated, not exploited and taken for granted by children who mistake unconditional support for unlimited tolerance of disrespectful behavior and entitled attitudes. This bilingual, bicultural philosophy had attracted a distinctive clientele of immigrant families, professional parents, and multi-generational households who had worked hard to create stable family structures and wanted to ensure that their sacrifice and investment strengthened rather than enabled their children's character development, while providing clear guidance about respect, responsibility, and healthy family relationships that would serve multiple generations. During the turbulent social changes of the 1960s and 1970s, as Denver's family therapy community began its transformation into one of the most innovative and effective therapeutic networks in the Mountain West, Carmen had systematically expanded her influence in family psychology through strategic partnerships with child development specialists, educational psychologists, and family intervention experts who understood the unique challenges facing families who needed to balance cultural traditions with American expectations while maintaining healthy boundaries. The business expansion had been carefully designed to preserve the personalized attention and thorough family assessment that distinguished effective therapeutic intervention from simple counseling services, ensuring that growth enhanced rather than compromised the quality of family guidance and the strategic sophistication of behavioral intervention throughout increasingly complex family situations and multi-generational relationship challenges. Carmen's therapeutic network had included child psychologists who specialized in behavioral modification and academic performance issues, family counselors who understood the intersection of cultural identity and healthy development, educational specialists who could address learning difficulties while supporting family cohesion, and intervention professionals who could create comprehensive protection from exactly the kind of family manipulation and entitled behavior that might threaten family stability when children began treating parents as unlimited resources rather than individuals deserving respect and consideration. Family intervention isn't about controlling adult children or managing family relationships through psychological pressure, Carmen had explained to prospective clients who worried about appearing manipulative or controlling through comprehensive boundary setting and behavioral consequence implementation. It's about ensuring that family relationships serve the healthy development and character building that created them, while protecting parents from those who might view unconditional love as automatic permission to exploit parental generosity rather than responsibility that requires maturity and family commitment. By the early 1970s, Carmen had established systematic approaches to family evaluation and behavioral assessment that created comprehensive operational frameworks for recognizing genuine respect and reciprocity while identifying entitlement, manipulation, or systematic family exploitation that should trigger therapeutic intervention and consequence implementation, regardless of biological relationships or social expectations about automatic parental tolerance based on family connection alone. These frameworks weren't punitive systems designed to punish family members for normal human weaknesses, but rather protective mechanisms that preserved healthy family dynamics for those who would honor them while preventing dysfunction from spreading to those who viewed family relationships as opportunities for exploitation, rather than mutual support and character development across generations. My mother, Dr. Patricia Rodriguez, had built upon Carmen's foundation by pursuing advanced degrees in family psychology and child development at the University of Colorado, eventually becoming one of Denver's most respected family therapists during the 1970s and 1980s. Patricia had specialized in helping families address entitlement issues, boundary violations, and the complex dynamics that emerged when children began treating parents as unlimited resources rather than individuals deserving respect and consideration. The most destructive family pattern I encounter in my therapeutic practice is when adult children begin viewing their parents as service providers, rather than people with their own needs, boundaries, and right to respectful treatment, Patricia had documented in her influential research on family dysfunction and therapeutic intervention, published in the Journal of Family Psychology in 1984. When children grow up expecting unlimited support, without reciprocal respect, they create toxic family dynamics that damage everyone involved while preventing healthy individual development and sustainable family relationships. Patricia's groundbreaking therapeutic practice had included developing specialized intervention strategies for families dealing with entitled adult children, systematic approaches to boundary setting and consequence implementation that respected individual autonomy while maintaining family cohesion, and comprehensive frameworks for helping parents recognize and address manipulation patterns before they became entrenched family dynamics that could persist across generations and damage multiple family relationships. The intervention strategies had included behavioral assessment protocols for identifying entitlement and manipulation patterns, comprehensive communication frameworks for addressing family dysfunction while maintaining emotional connection, systematic consequence implementation that created learning opportunities rather than punitive punishment, and ongoing family monitoring that could adapt therapeutic approaches based on behavioral change and relationship improvement throughout the intervention process. Patricia's understanding of family systems and intervention strategies represents the gold standard for addressing entitled behavior while preserving healthy family relationships, had noted Dr. James Morrison, senior partner at Denver Family Therapy Associates, during professional recognition ceremonies that acknowledged her contributions to family psychology and behavioral intervention. Her systematic approaches to family dynamics and consequence implementation have helped countless families address dysfunction while building stronger, more respectful relationships that serve healthy development for all family members. The professional recognition had included board certification in family systems therapy from the American Association of Family Psychology, advanced certification in behavioral intervention from the National Institute of Child Development, specialized training in recognizing and addressing family manipulation and entitled behavior from the Colorado Family Protection Council, and ongoing education in the latest therapeutic developments and intervention strategies for safeguarding family relationships from exploitation and manipulation attempts. When I graduated from University of Colorado with dual degrees in psychology and child development in 1975, Patricia had immediately recognized opportunities for systematic practice expansion and professional development that could enhance family therapy capabilities, while providing me with meaningful career advancement and leadership responsibilities that utilized my educational background and natural analytical abilities for understanding complex family dynamics and behavioral intervention planning. But my entry into the family therapeutic practice hadn't been automatic nepotism or inherited position assignment based on family relationships alone. Patricia had insisted that I spend my first 10 years working for other prestigious institutions and therapeutic organizations, gaining experience with different approaches to family therapy while developing professional credentials that would establish my expertise independent of family practice connections and inherited therapeutic relationships. I had started at Denver Children's Hospital in 1975, where I worked in their family therapy division, handling the most complex cases of family dysfunction, parent-child conflict, and behavioral intervention for families dealing with medical trauma, chronic illness, and the stress-related dynamics that often revealed underlying family system problems and relationship patterns that required comprehensive therapeutic intervention. The experience had been invaluable for understanding how crisis situations revealed true family dynamics and what therapeutic strategies proved most effective, for helping families address dysfunction while building healthier relationship patterns and communication skills that could serve them throughout ongoing challenges and developmental transitions. The Denver Children's Hospital experience had included managing therapeutic interventions for over 500 families throughout Colorado and the Mountain West, conducting comprehensive behavioral analysis for major family dysfunction cases throughout the region, and developing specialized expertise in the therapeutic frameworks that governed complex family intervention structures and relationship protection that would prove essential for my later career in family therapy and behavioral intervention planning. Dr. Rodriguez demonstrates exceptional capability in family crisis intervention and therapeutic planning, noted Drive. Sarah Chen, Chief of Psychology at Denver Children's Hospital, during my professional development assessment in 1978. Her understanding of family systems and behavioral intervention shows sophisticated analytical ability that addresses both immediate crisis management and long-term family stability through systematic therapeutic approaches. From Denver Children's Hospital, I had moved to the Colorado Department of Family Services in 1980, where I specialized in family preservation and intervention strategies for families at risk of separation due to dysfunction, abuse, or systematic breakdown of healthy relationship patterns and appropriate boundary structures that threatened both individual development and family stability. The Department of Family Services experience had taught me exactly how family dysfunction could be addressed through systematic intervention and what legal and therapeutic frameworks proved most effective for protecting both parents and children while building sustainable family systems based on respect, reciprocity, and healthy boundary maintenance that could survive stress and developmental challenges. The work had included developing specialized expertise in family assessment protocols that could identify dysfunction before it became dangerous, comprehensive intervention frameworks for addressing entitled behavior and manipulation patterns, systematic approaches to consequence implementation that created learning rather than punishment, and ongoing monitoring systems that could adapt therapeutic strategies based on family progress and behavioral change throughout the intervention process. Dr. Rodriguez's family preservation work demonstrates exceptional understanding of both crisis intervention and long-term family stability, had noted Patricia Morrison, Senior Supervisor at the Colorado Department of Family Services, during my performance evaluation and professional development assessment in 1983. She understands that every family situation requires customized therapeutic solutions that address unique dynamics while building sustainable relationship patterns that serve healthy development for all family members across multiple generations. Quote, "After working with the Department of Family Services for 5 years, I had transitioned to private practice consultation in 1985, where I specialized in complex family intervention cases that required sophisticated therapeutic expertise and comprehensive behavioral modification strategies for families dealing with severe dysfunction, entitled behavior, and systematic relationship breakdown that threatened family stability and individual development. The private practice experience had provided opportunities to work with some of the most challenging family dynamics in the Denver metropolitan area, including situations where adult children had developed severe entitlement issues, families where manipulation and exploitation had become systematic patterns, and complex multi-generational conflicts that required comprehensive intervention and long-term therapeutic monitoring to restore healthy relationship dynamics. One of the most challenging cases had involved the Thompson family, where 3 adult children had spent 5 years systematically exploiting their elderly parents through emotional manipulation, financial pressure, and entitled behavior that had nearly destroyed the family's emotional and financial stability, while creating toxic relationship patterns that were affecting the grandchildren's development and character formation. The Thompson case represented one of the most severe examples of family exploitation and entitled behavior we had encountered. I had documented in professional case studies that became required reading for family therapy specialists throughout the region. The adult children had developed comprehensive manipulation strategies that included emotional blackmail, financial pressure, and systematic disrespect that had isolated their parents from outside support, while creating family dynamics that were damaging everyone involved. The Thompson case had required comprehensive therapeutic intervention that included individual counseling for all family members, systematic consequence, implementation for the entitled behavior, and ongoing monitoring that could adapt intervention strategies based on behavioral change and relationship improvement throughout the therapeutic process. The successful resolution of the Thompson case had included complete transformation of family dynamics, restoration of respectful relationships between parents and children, and implementation of healthy boundary systems that prevented future manipulation, while preserving genuine family connection and mutual support that served everyone's development and well-being. Dr. Rodriguez's intervention in the Thompson case demonstrates the gold standard for addressing severe family dysfunction while preserving healthy relationships, had explained Dr. Michael Chen of Colorado State University's Psychology Department, who had studied the long-term effectiveness of comprehensive family intervention strategies. The systematic approach to consequence implementation and behavioral modification created lasting change that transformed family dynamics while teaching respect and reciprocity that would serve multiple generations. Following my success with complex intervention cases during the late 1980s, I had been invited to return to Denver Children's Hospital in 1990 as Chief of Pediatric Psychology, where I would spend the next 25 years developing the expertise and professional relationships that would eventually prove essential for addressing the most challenging family intervention in my career: the systematic entitlement and disrespect that my own children would develop while taking advantage of my professional knowledge about healthy family relationships and The position at Denver Children's Hospital had provided opportunities to develop cutting-edge therapeutic approaches and intervention strategies that addressed the most complex family dynamics while training the next generation of family therapy specialists and behavioral intervention experts who would carry forward the Rodriguez family tradition of comprehensive family support and relationship protection. During my tenure as Chief of Pediatric Psychology, I had developed specialized knowledge in several revolutionary areas of family therapy and behavioral intervention that would prove crucial for my children's upcoming education about respect, boundaries, and the serious consequences of entitled behavior and family exploitation. These included advanced family systems analysis and dysfunction recognition, comprehensive behavioral intervention and consequence implementation strategies, systematic approaches to addressing entitlement and manipulation patterns, and ongoing therapeutic monitoring that could adapt intervention approaches based on behavioral change and relationship improvement throughout the therapeutic process. My work at Denver Children's Hospital had included designing intervention strategies for over 3,000 families throughout Colorado, Wyoming, and New Mexico, ensuring that family relationships remained based on mutual respect and healthy boundaries, while providing clear therapeutic frameworks for addressing dysfunction, entitlement, and exploitation attempts by family members who might mistake unconditional love for unlimited tolerance of disrespectful behavior. The intervention strategies had included sophisticated assessment protocols that could identify manipulation and entitlement patterns before they became destructive, comprehensive consequence implementation systems that created learning opportunities rather than punitive punishment, therapeutic frameworks for immediate intervention when family stability was threatened by entitled behavior or exploitation attempts, and systematic monitoring protocols for ensuring that family relationships reflected genuine respect and healthy boundaries rather than automatic tolerance based on biological relationships. Dr. Rodriguez's expertise in family intervention and behavioral modification represents the gold standard for ensuring that family relationships serve healthy development, rather than enabling manipulation or exploitation by family members who might view parents as unlimited resources, had noted Dr. James Morrison, senior partner at Denver Family Therapy Associates, during professional recognition ceremonies that acknowledged my contributions to family psychology and behavioral intervention. Her systematic approaches to family dynamics and consequence implementation have protected countless families from exactly the kind of entitled behavior and manipulation attempts that unfortunately become more common as children mature and begin facing adult responsibilities and financial pressures. Quote, "The professional recognition had included board certification in advanced family systems therapy from the American Psychological Association, specialized certification in behavioral intervention and consequence implementation from the National Institute of Family Development, advanced training in recognizing and addressing family manipulation and entitled behavior from the Colorado Family Protection Institute, and ongoing education in the latest therapeutic developments and intervention strategies for safeguarding family relationships from exploitation and manipulation attempts." But perhaps most importantly, my career had provided comprehensive understanding of the therapeutic tools and behavioral strategies available for ensuring that family exploitation attempts resulted in immediate consequences and educational outcomes, rather than successful manipulation of parents who might appear vulnerable to relatives seeking unlimited support and tolerance through family relationships, an emotional obligation that violated both therapeutic standards and basic family respect. The retirement planning that I had implemented during my final years at Denver Children's Hospital had been strategically designed to maintain access to professional resources and therapeutic authority, while encouraging exactly the kind of entitled behavior that would eventually provide clear justification for comprehensive family intervention and permanent relationship education that would teach my children the importance of respecting family boundaries and maintaining reciprocal relationships based on mutual support rather than exploitation. Every aspect of my public presentation during retirement had been carefully chosen to reinforce assumptions about declining influence and limited continuing involvement in professional therapeutic work, while concealing the comprehensive family assessment and systematic behavioral monitoring that continued to operate through professional relationships and intervention frameworks that protected family dynamics from exactly the kind of manipulation and entitled behavior that Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia were currently demonstrating. The modest retirement lifestyle that I had maintained during my later career years had been strategically designed to encourage exactly the kind of entitled behavior that would eventually provide clear justification for systematic therapeutic intervention and permanent family education that required demonstration of respect for family boundaries, rather than simple assumption that elderly parents represented unlimited resources for adult children's financial and emotional needs. My daily routine during retirement had been deliberately structured to create the impression of a typical elderly grandmother whose professional activities were limited to volunteer work and hobby pursuits, while concealing the sophisticated family assessment systems and systematic therapeutic authority that continued to operate through professional relationships and intervention frameworks that monitored family behavior and protected relationship dynamics from manipulation attempts and entitled exploitation. But what visitors to my beautifully appointed condominium in Denver's Cherry Creek district couldn't see was the comprehensive family therapy command center that occupied the converted spare bedroom, where I maintained detailed documentation of all family interaction patterns and behavioral assessment records, professional-grade communication equipment for immediate contact with family therapy specialists and intervention coordinators, and computer systems with specialized software for monitoring family dynamics, behavioral patterns, and any attempts at systematic manipulation or exploitation of family relationships. The hidden office included secure storage for all therapeutic assessment records, family interaction documentation and intervention protocol structures, professional recording equipment for documenting concerning conversations and manipulation attempts, comprehensive behavioral analysis tools for tracking family dynamics and detecting entitled behavior or exploitation patterns, and immediate communication access to family therapy specialists, intervention coordinators, and behavioral modification experts who could implement emergency therapeutic action within hours of discovering systematic family. But perhaps most importantly, the home command center included comprehensive communication systems that could provide immediate contact with family therapy specialists, behavioral intervention experts, and therapeutic coordination professionals who could implement emergency intervention protocols and systematic family education within hours of documented manipulation attempts, or family exploitation that required immediate protective intervention and comprehensive behavioral modification to prevent continued entitled behavior and family relationship destruction. The quiet retirement lifestyle that had encouraged my children's assumptions about declining authority and unlimited tolerance was about to become the command center for the most comprehensive family intervention in our community's history, demonstrating exactly what happens when you attempt systematic family exploitation, while targeting someone whose professional expertise was specifically designed to address exactly this type of entitled behavior and family manipulation through comprehensive therapeutic intervention and behavioral consequence implementation. The stage had been set through decades of professional development and therapeutic expertise. The monitoring systems had been documenting their entitled behavior and systematic disrespect for months. The intervention protocols had been prepared and refined through thousands of successful family cases throughout my career. And my children's shocking display of public disrespect at my 70th birthday celebration would soon trigger the activation of the most comprehensive family intervention and behavioral modification program that anyone in Denver's therapeutic community had ever witnessed. Have you ever been publicly humiliated by family members who assumed your love meant unlimited tolerance? Drop a comment below and share your experience, because this story is just beginning, and my children were about to discover that some parents don't just provide emotional support. They understand exactly how to implement consequences that create lasting behavioral change and family relationship transformation. If you want to see how this professional expertise develops into comprehensive family intervention, and hear more about the therapeutic strategies that would soon eliminate my children's assumptions about unlimited parental tolerance, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. The foundation has been established, the professional authority has been demonstrated, and my children's complete misunderstanding of family dynamics and therapeutic consequences would soon trigger the most comprehensive family intervention that anyone in our community's history had ever experienced. The relationship between my 3 children and me hadn't always been poisoned by entitlement and systematic disrespect. For nearly 2 decades before Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia revealed their true characters through their public humiliation campaign, we had built something genuinely beautiful. A mother-children bond characterized by mutual respect, collaborative life planning, and the kind of unconditional love that created both personal fulfillment and practical advantages for their professional development and personal growth throughout their entire adult lives as successful professionals in their respective industries. Those golden years of our family relationship weren't marked by dependency or emotional obligation, but rather by voluntary collaboration and mutual support that provided benefits for all of us while respecting individual autonomy and personal goals that complemented rather than conflicted with our family connection and shared values about professional integrity, personal responsibility, and collaborative problem-solving that had characterized Rodriguez family traditions since my grandmother Carmen's immigration to America in the 1940s. Sometimes my children needed to make independent decisions and pursue separate priorities that enhanced rather than threatened our family relationships, and I had always encouraged their professional independence while offering strategic guidance and psychological expertise when they sought it. From the time Rebecca graduated from University of Denver's Business School, Marcus completed his engineering degree at Colorado School of Mines, and Sophia finished her education program at Colorado State University, until their systematic entitlement campaign began in early 2022, our interactions had been characterized by regular communication that enhanced rather than limited their individual development and professional success in their respective fields of marketing, mechanical engineering, and elementary education. Rebecca, my eldest child, had established herself as a highly successful marketing director at Alpine Digital Marketing, one of Denver's premier technology marketing firms, specializing in outdoor recreation and lifestyle brands. Her expertise in social media strategy and brand development had earned significant recognition throughout the Colorado business community, and her marketing campaigns for outdoor equipment companies had been featured in industry publications that demonstrated exceptional professional performance and innovative strategic thinking that reflected sophisticated understanding of contemporary consumer psychology and digital brand management principles. But what had once made me incredibly proud wasn't just Rebecca's professional success. It was the way she had achieved it through individual effort, creative thinking, and ethical business practices, while maintaining strong family relationships and personal values that reflected the principles we had always shared about hard work, professional integrity, and collaborative problem-solving that enhanced rather than compromised personal relationships and community involvement throughout her career development and social advancement. Our weekly coffee tradition had begun when Rebecca first established her own apartment in Denver's trendy Reno district after graduating from the University of Denver in 2006. Every Wednesday morning, she would drive from her modern loft to my Cherry Creek condominium for elaborate breakfast spreads and conversation that ranged from professional challenges and career planning to personal relationships and life philosophy that provided consistent family connection without interfering with her individual social life and romantic relationships that were developing throughout her 20s and early 30s. These weren't obligatory family visits driven by guilt or expectation. They were genuinely enjoyable gatherings that we both looked forward to and that provided systematic opportunities for family communication and collaborative problem-solving that enhanced her strategic thinking and decision-making capabilities while maintaining emotional connection and mutual support that strengthened rather than limited her individual development and professional success. Mom, I actually moved a client presentation to Thursday because I didn't want to miss our Wednesday morning tradition, Rebecca had mentioned during one of our regular gatherings in spring 2012. These conversations help me think through challenges and opportunities in ways that I just can't replicate anywhere else. Your perspective on consumer psychology and strategic planning has been invaluable for my career development and success throughout the digital marketing industry. The weekly coffee meetings had provided natural opportunities for me to share insights from my psychology, career, and family therapy experience that could enhance Rebecca's client relationship strategies and campaign development approaches without crossing boundaries into inappropriate involvement in her professional activities or decision-making processes that needed to remain entirely under her control and direction based on her marketing expertise and professional judgment. I could offer strategic thinking frameworks and analytical approaches that helped her evaluate opportunities and challenges, while ensuring that all decisions and implementations were entirely her own choices based on her professional knowledge and personal priorities, rather than family pressure or inappropriate influence that might compromise her individual achievement and professional reputation throughout the competitive digital marketing and outdoor recreation business development industry. During Rebecca's mid-20s, when she had been considering whether to accept a senior marketing position at Alpine Digital Marketing that would require significant client relationship responsibility and team coordination, our discussions had provided comprehensive analysis of the career implications, professional development opportunities, and long-term business trajectory considerations that helped her understand the full scope of the opportunity while ensuring the choice was entirely her own based on personal goals and professional satisfaction rather than family expectations. I want to make sure I'm evaluating this senior position for the right reasons and with complete understanding of both the advancement opportunities and leadership obligations involved, Rebecca had explained when seeking my perspective on the career development possibility that would significantly enhance her professional responsibilities and industry influence. Your experience with team psychology and long-term strategic planning helps me understand considerations that might not be obvious from my current position within the firm. The guidance I provided had been based on psychological expertise and analytical capability, rather than family authority or emotional manipulation that might compromise her decision-making autonomy. I helped her develop systematic approaches to evaluating the position requirements, understanding the client relationship responsibilities and project coordination obligations, and assessing whether the opportunity aligned with her personal values and long-term career goals that would affect her professional satisfaction and industry advancement throughout her marketing and outdoor recreation consulting career. But the final decision had been entirely her own, based on individual judgment about professional challenge and career development priorities that reflected her personal ambitions and strategic thinking rather than family influence or business pressure that might compromise her individual achievement and professional independence throughout the digital marketing and outdoor recreation business development industry. When Rebecca had ultimately accepted the senior marketing position, the celebration dinner we shared had been genuine recognition of her individual achievement and professional competence, rather than family pride in reflected glory or inherited advantages that might diminish her personal accomplishment and career success. I was proud of her advancement because it represented the culmination of years of hard work, creative thinking, and ethical professional behavior that demonstrated character and capability that would serve her well throughout her career and personal life. The professional mentorship aspect of our relationship during those golden years had been particularly rewarding for both of us, providing opportunities for me to share insights and expertise from my psychology career while supporting her professional development and strategic thinking without crossing boundaries into inappropriate control or dependency that might compromise her individual achievement and personal satisfaction with professional success. Your understanding of consumer psychology and team dynamics has been incredibly valuable for helping me develop more effective marketing strategies and client relationship approaches, Rebecca had explained during conversations about professional development and career advancement that had characterized our collaborative approach to strategic planning and problem-solving throughout her marketing career development. The analytical frameworks you've taught me help me understand client motivations and team coordination in ways that have definitely enhanced my professional effectiveness and business development success. Quote, the professional guidance had included analysis of consumer behavior patterns, strategic approaches to brand development and creative collaboration, and systematic evaluation of career opportunities and advancement possibilities that required sophisticated thinking about long-term professional goals and personal satisfaction considerations that would affect life planning and relationship priorities. But perhaps most importantly, the professional mentorship had been based on mutual respect and collaborative analysis rather than hierarchical authority or family control that might compromise her professional autonomy and individual decision-making about career development and business relationship management that remained entirely under her direction and control. Marcus, my middle child, had developed into an exceptional mechanical engineer at Rocky Mountain Engineering Solutions, where his specialty in renewable energy systems and sustainable technology had earned him recognition as one of Denver's most innovative young engineers. His work on several high-profile solar installation projects throughout Colorado had been featured in engineering journals and environmental publications, that demonstrated his commitment to both technical excellence and environmental responsibility. What made me particularly proud of Marcus's achievements was his systematic approach to engineering challenges and his commitment to sustainable technology principles that reflected both professional competence and personal values about environmental stewardship and community responsibility. His engineering projects had included affordable renewable energy installations that provided sustainable power options for low-income families, commercial solar systems that achieved maximum efficiency while maintaining cost-effectiveness, and innovative energy storage projects that enhanced grid stability while supporting renewable energy integration throughout Colorado's diverse energy markets. Our monthly hiking tradition had become a cherished routine that began when Marcus moved to his own apartment in Boulder after graduating from Colorado School of Mines in 2008. Every second Saturday of the month, he would drive from his Mountain View apartment to meet me for challenging hikes in the foothills west of Denver, creating consistent opportunities for family connection and professional discussion that enhanced his problem-solving approaches while respecting his independence and individual decision-making authority. These monthly hikes provide me with analytical frameworks and systematic thinking approaches that improve my engineering project management and client relationship capabilities, Marcus had explained during one of our regular Saturday adventures in summer 2014. Your psychology background and systematic problem-solving experience help me understand project complexity and team dynamics considerations that enhance my professional effectiveness and career development. The hiking conversations had included discussions about project management strategies, team coordination development, and the analytical approaches that could enhance his engineering practice while ensuring that all professional decisions remained entirely under his control, based on his technical expertise and engineering judgment, rather than family involvement or inappropriate influence in professional activities. During Marcus's late 20s, when he had been offered a partnership opportunity at Rocky Mountain Engineering Solutions that would require significant financial investment and long-term professional commitment, our discussions had provided comprehensive analysis of the business implications, financial considerations, and career development aspects that helped him evaluate the opportunity while ensuring the decision reflected his individual goals and professional priorities. The partnership opportunity represents a major career milestone, but it also involves substantial financial commitment and increased business responsibility that I want to evaluate carefully, Marcus had explained during our partnership evaluation discussions, while we navigated a particularly challenging trail near Golden. Your experience with strategic planning and risk assessment helps me understand the long-term implications and business considerations that will affect both my professional advancement and personal financial security. Quote, the analytical framework I provided had included systematic evaluation of the partnership terms, financial projections for the investment requirements, and strategic assessment of the long-term career implications, while ensuring that all analysis supported his individual decision-making rather than influencing his choice toward family preferences or inappropriate business involvement. Marcus had ultimately decided to accept the partnership opportunity, and his success as a partner at Rocky Mountain Engineering Solutions had validated his decision-making capability and professional judgment while demonstrating the value of collaborative family discussion and analytical support that enhanced rather than replaced individual professional competence and strategic thinking. The professional development that resulted from our family discussions had created additional common ground for our relationship conversations and collaborative problem-solving, providing shared intellectual interests and strategic challenges that enhanced family connection while respecting individual autonomy and professional priorities that remained entirely under his control and direction. Learning analytical frameworks and systematic problem-solving approaches through our family conversations has definitely enhanced my engineering practice and professional development, Marcus had observed during hiking discussions that had provided both professional development and personal relationship benefits. The strategic thinking skills transferred directly to complex engineering challenges and client relationship management throughout my renewable energy and sustainable technology work. Sophia, my youngest child, had followed an educational career path that led to her current position as a fifth-grade teacher at Cherry Hills Elementary School, one of Denver's most prestigious public schools. Her specialty in learning disabilities and special needs education had created interesting professional overlap with my own background in child psychology and family development, leading to particularly engaging discussions about educational strategies, child development principles, and the evolving landscape of elementary education throughout Colorado and the Mountain West region. What made Sophia's educational career particularly satisfying was her commitment to inclusive teaching and student advocacy that reflected both professional competence and personal integrity. Her classroom innovations had included individualized learning programs for students with diverse needs, creative integration of technology and traditional teaching methods, and systematic parent communication strategies that demonstrated her commitment to serving students with varying educational requirements and family backgrounds, rather than focusing exclusively on high-achieving students or conventional teaching approaches. Our biweekly lunch tradition had developed naturally after Sophia completed her education degree at Colorado State University in 2010 and began her teaching career. Every other Friday, we would meet at various restaurants throughout Denver for leisurely lunches and professional discussions that provided opportunities for educational analysis and career planning conversation while respecting her independence and professional autonomy. The education profession presents unique challenges and opportunities that benefit from experienced perspective and psychological insight, Sophia had noted during one of our regular lunch meetings in fall 2015. Your background in child psychology and family development provides insights that enhance my understanding of student needs and classroom management strategies throughout my elementary education practice. The lunch conversations had included analysis of educational trends and policy developments, discussion of challenging student situations and parent relationship management, and exploration of long-term career planning and professional development opportunities that could enhance her teaching practice while ensuring all professional decisions remained entirely under her individual control and judgment. During Sophia's early career development, when she had been considering whether to pursue advanced certification in special needs education or focus on general elementary teaching excellence, our discussions had provided comprehensive analysis of the specialization benefits, career opportunities, and professional development implications that helped her understand the educational landscape, while ensuring her choice reflected her individual interests and professional goals. Special needs education offers opportunities for specialized expertise in student advocacy, but it also requires additional training and certification that will affect my career trajectory and professional development, Sophia had explained during our specialization evaluation discussions. Your experience with child psychology and developmental assessment helps me understand the professional requirements and impact considerations that will influence my teaching career and student service effectiveness. The analytical framework I provided had included assessment of the Denver education market trends, evaluation of specialization opportunities and challenges, and strategic planning for professional development that would enhance her teaching expertise while ensuring her career choices reflected her individual professional interests and personal satisfaction, rather than family expectations or inappropriate career influence. Sophia's decision to pursue special needs certification had proven highly successful, leading to recognition within Denver's education community and professional advancement that validated her individual judgment and career planning capability, while demonstrating the value of collaborative family analysis and strategic discussion that enhanced rather than replaced her professional decision-making and educational expertise. During the golden years of our family relationships, all three of my children had demonstrated genuine appreciation for understanding family psychology principles, child development concepts, and the therapeutic frameworks that governed healthy relationship development and family communication planning. These discussions weren't attempts to create dependency or inappropriate family control, but rather educational conversations that helped them understand sophisticated psychological concepts and relationship management principles that could enhance their individual professional capabilities and personal relationship security. Understanding family psychology and child development provides foundation for personal relationship building and professional competence that enhances rather than limits individual achievement and career development, I had explained during family education discussions that became more detailed as my children matured and began considering their own family planning and relationship development opportunities. The psychology education had included comprehensive discussion of child development principles, relationship communication and conflict resolution strategies, family relationship building and boundary maintenance techniques, and the sophisticated therapeutic frameworks that supported healthy personal development, while ensuring that family relationships served individual growth and long-term relationship satisfaction rather than short-term emotional pressures or individual convenience. Rebecca had shown particular interest in understanding consumer psychology and relationship dynamics, that could enhance her marketing effectiveness and client relationship management. Her business background had provided analytical foundation for understanding market trends and consumer behavior evaluation, while our family discussions had enhanced her knowledge of psychological principles and communication strategies that could support her professional marketing development and client service excellence. Learning about psychology and family relationship dynamics enhances my understanding of consumer behavior and client relationship management throughout my marketing career, Rebecca had noted during family education discussions that provided foundation for her individual professional planning and business development. The analytical frameworks and communication strategies apply to both client relationship building and professional team coordination challenges. Marcus had demonstrated natural aptitude for understanding psychological principles and team dynamics that complemented his engineering expertise and professional practice. His technical background had provided foundation for understanding systematic analysis and problem-solving approaches, while our family discussions had enhanced his knowledge of psychology and communication strategies that could support his engineering career and team leadership opportunities. Psychology and team dynamics concepts intersect significantly with engineering project management and client coordination, so understanding family relationship principles enhances my professional competence and team leadership capabilities, Marcus had explained during family education sessions that provided both professional development and personal relationship planning benefits. The communication frameworks and analytical approaches improve both my engineering practice and team coordination effectiveness. Quote, Sophia's education background and child development specialty had created natural foundation for understanding sophisticated psychological principles and family relationship planning, while our discussions had provided practical experience and case study analysis that enhanced her professional teaching knowledge and student interaction capabilities. Family psychology discussions provide real-world application of child development principles and practical experience with relationship management implementation that enhances my teaching practice and student interaction effectiveness, Sophia had noted during family education conversations that supported both her career development and personal relationship understanding. The case studies and communication frameworks improve my classroom management expertise and parent relationship building throughout my elementary education practice. The holiday celebrations during those golden years had been joyful occasions that brought together our immediate family and close friends for celebrations that reflected our shared values and traditions, while accommodating individual preferences and scheduling requirements that respected everyone's personal commitments and relationship priorities throughout their professional and social communities. Christmas celebrations had included elaborate family gatherings with traditional recipes that reflected both our Mexican heritage and American family traditions, combined with contemporary additions and modifications that reflected changing family preferences and dietary considerations that made celebrations inclusive and enjoyable for everyone who participated in family gatherings and holiday observances. The gift-giving traditions had emphasized thoughtful selection and personal significance rather than expensive display or competitive spending that might create pressure or inappropriate focus on material considerations rather than family connection and relationship appreciation that represented the authentic meaning and emotional satisfaction of holiday celebrations and family traditions. I always look forward to our family celebrations because they provide consistent opportunities for connection and tradition that enhance, rather than complicate, my individual life and professional responsibilities, Rebecca had mentioned during holiday planning discussions that had characterized our collaborative approach to family gathering coordination and tradition maintenance. The celebrations feel authentic and meaningful rather than obligatory or stressful, which makes them genuinely rewarding experiences that I want to share with anyone I'm in a serious relationship with. The family celebration traditions had provided natural opportunities for evaluating romantic partners and assessing their compatibility with family values and professional relationships, while also creating enjoyable social experiences that enhanced rather than threatened individual romantic relationships through positive family integration and mutual support for relationship development and long-term compatibility assessment. The summer vacation traditions had included annual family trips to Colorado's mountain resorts, where we would rent a large cabin near Vail or Aspen for a week each August, enjoying outdoor activities, recreational hiking, and leisurely conversations that provided uninterrupted time for family connection and relationship maintenance, without the distractions and scheduling pressures that characterized normal daily routines and professional responsibilities. These annual retreat experiences had been particularly valuable for maintaining family communication and collaborative problem-solving throughout my children's professional development and personal growth, providing systematic opportunities for discussing challenges and opportunities, while enjoying recreational activities and natural settings that enhanced perspective and strategic thinking about life priorities and relationship development. Our annual mountain retreats have become some of my favorite family memories because they provide time and space for the kind of deep conversations and relationship building that's hard to maintain during busy professional schedules and daily responsibilities, Marcus had said during vacation planning discussions that had become more important as his engineering career demands and social obligations had increased throughout his 30s. The mountain retreat traditions had also provided natural opportunities for romantic partners to experience extended family interaction and participate in family activities that revealed character and compatibility factors that might not be obvious during shorter social gatherings or formal family events, that provided limited insight into personality and relationship dynamics under relaxed circumstances and collaborative activities. The professional guidance aspects of our family relationships during those golden years had been particularly rewarding for all of us, providing opportunities for me to share insights and expertise from my psychology career while supporting their professional development and strategic thinking without crossing boundaries into inappropriate control or dependency that might compromise their individual achievement and personal satisfaction with professional success. Your experience with strategic analysis and team psychology has been invaluable for helping me understand client development opportunities and project management challenges that I might not have recognized or addressed effectively on my own, Rebecca had explained during conversations about professional development and career advancement that had characterized our collaborative approach to strategic planning and problem-solving throughout her marketing career development. The professional guidance had included analysis of consumer psychology dynamics, strategic approaches to brand development and creative collaboration, and systematic evaluation of career opportunities and advancement possibilities that required sophisticated thinking about long-term professional goals and personal satisfaction considerations that would affect life planning and relationship priorities. But perhaps most importantly, the professional mentorship had been based on mutual respect and collaborative analysis rather than hierarchical authority or family control that might compromise their professional autonomy and individual decision-making about career development and business relationship management that remained entirely under their direction and control. The collaborative approach to professional development had created shared intellectual interests and strategic challenges that enhanced family relationships while providing practical benefits for their career advancement and business success that demonstrated the value of family wisdom and experience without creating dependency or obligation that might compromise individual achievement and personal satisfaction. The professional insights and strategic thinking frameworks that I've learned through our family conversations have enhanced my professional capabilities and business development success in ways that support, rather than replace, my individual effort and talent, Marcus had noted during career evaluation, discussions that had recognized both family contribution and individual achievement in professional development and advancement. During their early 30s, as all three of my children had achieved greater professional stability and begun considering more serious long-term relationship commitments and life planning decisions, our conversations had evolved to include more detailed discussions about family planning priorities, financial responsibility, and the kind of partnership qualities that would enhance rather than compromise their personal happiness and professional development throughout their adult lives and career advancement. These discussions weren't attempts to control their romantic choices or impose family expectations on their relationship decisions, but rather collaborative analysis of relationship dynamics and compatibility factors that could affect long-term satisfaction and family harmony that would benefit everyone involved in expanded family relationships and professional collaboration throughout career development and community involvement. During those golden years, I had also provided comprehensive financial support and emergency assistance that helped my children establish their professional careers and personal independence, while building financial security and investment opportunities that enhanced rather than compromised their individual development and long-term wealth building throughout their professional advancement and personal relationship development. The financial support had included assistance with graduate school expenses and professional certification costs, down payment help for their first home purchases that established property ownership and investment foundation, emergency assistance during career transitions and unexpected financial challenges, and ongoing investment guidance that helped them build personal wealth and financial security throughout their professional development and career advancement. Your financial support and investment guidance has been essential for helping me establish professional independence and build long-term financial security. Rebecca had acknowledged during family financial planning discussions that had characterized our collaborative approach to wealth building and investment strategy development. The assistance you provided for my graduate school expenses and first home purchase created foundation for professional advancement and personal financial stability that I couldn't have achieved as quickly on my own. The financial assistance had been structured to encourage independence and responsibility rather than creating dependency or entitlement that might compromise their individual development and professional achievement. All support had included clear expectations about repayment or reciprocal assistance, systematic planning for financial independence, and ongoing education about investment strategies and wealth building that would serve their long-term financial security and family planning goals. Marcus had received similar financial support for his engineering education and professional development, including assistance with graduate school expenses, professional certification costs, and investment in specialized engineering equipment that enhanced his career opportunities and professional capabilities throughout his renewable energy and sustainable technology work. The financial support you provided for my graduate education and professional development created opportunities for career advancement and technical specialization that significantly enhanced my earning potential and professional satisfaction, Marcus had explained during family financial planning sessions. Your investment in my education and professional development has generated returns through enhanced career opportunities and increased earning capacity that benefit both my individual financial security and my ability to contribute to family financial stability. Sophia had also benefited from comprehensive financial support throughout her education career development, including assistance with graduate school expenses, classroom resource investments, and ongoing professional development that enhanced her teaching effectiveness and career advancement throughout her elementary education and special needs specialization work. Your financial investment in my education and professional development has been crucial for building teaching expertise and classroom effectiveness that wouldn't have been possible without family financial support and educational guidance, Sophia had noted during career development discussions that had recognized the importance of family investment in professional education and career advancement. The financial support system had created mutual benefit and shared investment in professional success rather than one-way dependency or entitled expectation that might damage family relationships or compromise individual development and professional achievement throughout their career advancement and personal growth. As my children began establishing their own families during their late 20s and early 30s, I had also provided comprehensive childcare services and family support that helped them balance professional responsibilities with family obligations, while ensuring that my grandchildren received high-quality care and educational enrichment that supported their development and family relationship building. The childcare services had included regular babysitting that allowed Rebecca to attend evening business events and professional networking opportunities, emergency childcare during business travel and professional conference attendance, weekend family support that provided time for romantic relationship maintenance and personal recreation, and ongoing educational enrichment for my grandchildren that supplemented their formal education and supported their intellectual and social development. Your childcare support and educational enrichment has been invaluable for helping me maintain professional advancement while ensuring that my children receive high-quality care and family relationship building, Rebecca had explained during family support coordination discussions. The flexibility and reliability of your childcare assistance has allowed me to pursue professional opportunities and maintain client relationships that would have been difficult to manage without consistent family support and childcare reliability. The childcare had been provided with genuine enjoyment and family commitment rather than obligation or expectation of compensation, creating positive grandparent-grandchild relationships while supporting my children's professional development and family stability throughout their career advancement and personal relationship building. Marcus had received similar family support for his young family, including regular childcare that supported his engineering project travel and professional development activities, emergency assistance during work-related scheduling conflicts, and educational enrichment that enhanced his children's development and family relationship stability throughout his professional advancement and business partnership responsibilities. The childcare support and family assistance you provide has been essential for maintaining professional advancement while ensuring family stability and child development, Marcus had acknowledged during family coordination discussions that had characterized our collaborative approach to multi-generational family support and professional development assistance. Sophia had also benefited from comprehensive family support throughout her teaching career and family development, including childcare assistance that allowed her to pursue additional professional certification and educational development, emergency support during family health challenges, and ongoing educational guidance that enhanced her parenting effectiveness and family relationship building. The family support services had created genuine mutual benefit and shared investment in family success, rather than one-way service provision or entitled expectation that might create resentment or compromise family relationships throughout multi-generational family development and professional advancement. But perhaps most importantly, the golden years of our family relationships had been characterized by genuine mutual enjoyment and emotional satisfaction that went far beyond professional considerations or practical advantages, to include the kind of authentic love and connection that made family gatherings and traditions genuinely rewarding experiences that enhanced, rather than complicated, our individual lives and personal development. The birthday celebrations during those years had been joyful occasions that reflected our individual personalities and shared interests while creating opportunities for family connection and tradition maintenance that provided emotional satisfaction and personal fulfillment throughout our professional and social communities. Rebecca's birthday celebrations had included thoughtful planning and personalized activities that reflected her individual interests and professional achievements, while creating opportunities for family gathering and relationship appreciation that enhanced, rather than complicated, her individual social life and romantic relationships. Marcus's birthday celebrations had focused on his love of outdoor activities and engineering challenges, often including camping trips or technical museum visits that reflected his interests, while providing opportunities for family bonding and shared experiences that strengthened our relationships, while respecting his individual preferences and social priorities. Sophia's birthday celebrations had emphasized her intellectual interests and educational profession, often including visits to cultural events or educational conferences that reflected her teaching background, while creating opportunities for family discussion and relationship building that enhanced our connection while supporting her individual interests and professional development. My birthday celebrations had included their careful attention to creating meaningful experiences that honored family traditions while accommodating contemporary preferences and social considerations that made celebrations enjoyable and personally satisfying rather than obligatory or stressful family events. The gift-giving traditions had emphasized creativity and personal significance rather than expensive display or competitive spending, creating opportunities for family expression and relationship building that reflected authentic affection and understanding rather than material obligation or social pressure. These golden years had created exactly the kind of foundation and mutual trust that made their systematic entitled behavior particularly devastating and obviously inappropriate, compared to the healthy family dynamics and collaborative relationship building that had characterized our family interaction and tradition maintenance for over 15 years of mutual support and genuine affection. Those years had established patterns of respect, communication, and collaborative problem-solving that made the contrast with their later behavior obvious and disturbing to anyone who understood healthy family relationship dynamics and the difference between authentic family connection and systematic exploitation designed to circumvent family obligations and responsibility while maintaining access to family benefits and support services. But those beautiful years were about to become evidence of exactly what Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia had taken for granted through systematic entitled behavior and family responsibility abandonment, and their conduct during my supposed declining years would provide the final documentation necessary for implementing the most comprehensive family intervention that anyone in our community's history had ever experienced. The weekly coffee meetings that had built our relationships would become evidence of the respect they had abandoned. The professional guidance that had enhanced their careers would become proof of the family investment they had dismissed. The vacation memories that had strengthened our bonds would become documentation of the love they had systematically exploited for personal advantage and family manipulation. The financial support that had built their security would become evidence of the generosity they had taken for granted. The childcare services that had supported their families would become proof of the sacrifice they had dismissed as obligation. The educational guidance that had enhanced their development would become documentation of the wisdom they had abandoned for entitled behavior and family exploitation. Have you ever provided years of support and love, only to watch family members take it completely for granted? Drop a comment below and share your experience, because this story of family investment and eventual betrayal is just beginning, and those golden years that my children dismissed as automatic family obligation were about to become the foundation for the most strategic family intervention in our community's history. If you're enjoying this story of family relationships and professional consequences, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Tomorrow, I'll tell you exactly how Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia entered their entitled phase and began their systematic campaign to push me out of their lives while maintaining access to all the benefits and support I had been providing throughout their adult development and professional advancement. The trust we had built over decades would become the very standard that would measure their failure, because when you systematically exploit someone who spent their career learning how to address exactly the type of family dysfunction they were demonstrating, you're not just abandoning family responsibility, you're activating professional expertise with every choice to prioritize personal convenience over family respect and healthy relationship maintenance. The systematic transformation of Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia from loving family members to entitled manipulators hadn't happened overnight. It had been a gradual erosion that began in January 2022, when they first started treating my ongoing support and assistance as automatic entitlements rather than generous family gifts, and gradually escalated throughout the following months as they began viewing me less as a beloved family member and more as an unlimited resource for their personal convenience and financial security. What made their character transformation particularly insidious was how subtly it began, with small changes in tone and expectation that could easily be dismissed as temporary stress or normal adult development challenges. But my 4 decades of experience in family psychology and behavioral pattern recognition had trained me to identify the early warning signs of entitlement development and family relationship dysfunction before they became entrenched patterns that could destroy healthy family dynamics and create lasting relationship damage. The first concerning behaviors had appeared during our regular family interactions in early 2022, when I began noticing subtle shifts in their communication patterns, expectation levels, and emotional responses to family support that suggested they were beginning to take our family relationships and my generous assistance for granted, rather than appreciating them as the extraordinary family blessing and mutual support system that had characterized our family dynamics for over 15 years. The initial warning signs had been so gradual and seemingly minor that anyone without professional training in family psychology might have dismissed them as normal variations in adult family relationships or temporary adjustments to changing life circumstances and professional pressures. But my therapeutic expertise had taught me that the most dangerous family dysfunction often begins with subtle communication changes that reflect underlying attitude shifts about family relationships, personal entitlement, and reciprocal responsibility. Rebecca's communication patterns had been the first to show concerning changes during our weekly coffee meetings in February 2022. Instead of the collaborative discussions and mutual sharing that had characterized our conversations for over 15 years, she had begun treating our meetings more like consultation sessions, where she presented her challenges and expected me to provide solutions, emotional support, and practical assistance, without reciprocal interest in my experiences, concerns, or perspectives about family matters and personal development. "Mom, I really need you to watch Emma and Tyler this weekend because I have a client presentation that could make or break this major marketing campaign," Rebecca had announced during one of our February coffee meetings, using a tone that assumed automatic compliance rather than requesting assistance with appreciation and understanding that my time and energy were valuable resources rather than unlimited family obligations. The subtle shift from, "Would you be willing to help me with childcare?" to, "I need you to watch the kids," might seem insignificant to someone without training in family communication analysis, but it represented a fundamental change in how Rebecca was conceptualizing our family relationship and my role within her personal support system. I've noticed that Rebecca's communication has shifted from collaborative request-making to expectation-based demands. I had documented in my private family assessment records that tracked behavioral patterns and relationship dynamics throughout family interaction monitoring. Her language suggests she's beginning to view family assistance as automatic entitlement rather than generous support that requires appreciation and reciprocal consideration. The communication pattern changes had extended beyond specific requests to include her overall engagement during our family time together. Rebecca had begun treating our coffee meetings as opportunities to download her problems and receive emotional support, without demonstrating reciprocal interest in maintaining genuine two-way communication and family relationship building that had previously characterized our weekly interactions. Marcus's communication changes had followed a similar pattern during our monthly hiking adventures, where he had begun focusing primarily on his own professional challenges and personal concerns, without maintaining the balanced conversation and mutual interest that had made our outdoor time together so rewarding for both of us throughout our established family tradition. I'm really stressed about this renewable energy project timeline, and I need you to be available for emergency childcare if I have to work weekend hours to meet the deadline, Marcus had mentioned during our March hiking trip, presenting the need for family assistance as an assumed entitlement rather than a special request that required appreciation and understanding of the impact on my personal schedule and activities. The shift in Marcus's approach to family assistance had been accompanied by decreased attention to my experiences and interests during our hiking conversations, suggesting that he was beginning to view our family time together primarily as opportunities for him to receive support and guidance, rather than maintaining the mutual relationship building and shared experience that had made our monthly adventures meaningful family connections. Sophia's communication changes had been perhaps the most subtle but equally concerning, as she had begun approaching our bi-weekly lunch meetings with an agenda of personal concerns and professional challenges that required my psychological expertise and emotional support, without maintaining the reciprocal interest and family relationship focus that had characterized our educational discussions and career development conversations. I'm dealing with some really difficult parents at school, and I need you to help me understand the psychology behind their behavior so I can manage these conflicts more effectively, Sophia had requested during one of our April lunch meetings, framing her need for professional consultation as a family obligation rather than recognizing that my psychological expertise represented valuable professional knowledge that deserved appreciation and reciprocal respect. The systematic changes in all three children's communication patterns had suggested coordinated attitude shifts about family relationships and personal entitlement that indicated they were beginning to take our family support system for granted, while developing expectations that violated the mutual respect and reciprocal consideration that had maintained healthy family dynamics throughout our relationship development. Throughout spring and summer 2022, the subtle communication changes had escalated into more obvious expectation shifts and decreased appreciation for family support that revealed growing entitlement attitudes and systematic abandonment of the reciprocal respect and mutual consideration that had characterized healthy family relationship maintenance throughout our established interaction patterns. Rebecca's expectations for childcare assistance had increased dramatically, with weekend babysitting requests becoming automatic assumptions and emergency childcare needs being presented as family obligations rather than special favors that required appreciation and reciprocal consideration for my personal time and activity planning. I've scheduled a weekend business retreat in Aspen, so I'll need you to watch Emma and Tyler from Friday evening through Sunday afternoon, Rebecca had announced during our May coffee meeting, using language that assumed my automatic availability, rather than requesting assistance with understanding that weekend childcare represented significant time commitment and schedule disruption for my personal activities and social planning. The increasing childcare expectations had been accompanied by decreased appreciation and acknowledgement of the time, energy, and flexibility that comprehensive grandparent childcare required, suggesting that Rebecca was beginning to view my childcare assistance as automatic family service, rather than generous support that deserved recognition and reciprocal consideration. But perhaps more concerning than the increased expectations had been Rebecca's growing irritation when I occasionally couldn't provide the exact assistance she wanted due to my own schedule conflicts or personal commitments. Instead of understanding and appreciating the extensive support I had been providing, she had begun expressing frustration and disappointment when family assistance didn't align perfectly with her convenience and personal priorities. I don't understand why you can't just reschedule your book club meeting to help with childcare, Rebecca had complained during our June coffee meeting when I mentioned that my monthly literary society gathering conflicted with her requested babysitting time. It's not like your social activities are more important than family responsibilities and helping with your grandchildren. Quote, The comment had revealed a fundamental misunderstanding of healthy family relationship dynamics and reciprocal respect that suggested Rebecca was beginning to view my personal interests and social commitments as less important than her convenience and childcare needs, indicating dangerous development of entitled attitudes about family relationships and support obligations. Marcus's expectation shifts had followed similar patterns, with his requests for financial assistance and emergency support becoming more frequent and less appreciative throughout the summer months of 2022. His approach to family financial support had shifted from grateful requests with clear repayment plans to casual assumptions about family financial resources being available for his business investments and personal financial challenges. "I'm going to need about $15,000 for some new engineering equipment that will enhance my partnership capabilities and business development opportunities," Marcus had mentioned during our July hiking trip, presenting the financial need as a family investment opportunity, rather than recognizing that substantial financial assistance represented significant personal sacrifice and resource allocation from my retirement savings and investment planning. The casual approach to substantial financial requests had been accompanied by decreased attention to repayment planning and reduced appreciation for the impact that large financial assistance had on my personal financial security and retirement lifestyle planning, suggesting that Marcus was beginning to take family financial support for granted, rather than recognizing it as extraordinary generosity that deserved careful consideration and reciprocal responsibility. Sophia's expectation changes had been equally concerning, with her request for professional consultation and psychological expertise becoming more demanding and less appreciative of the professional knowledge and experience that my therapeutic guidance represented throughout her teaching, career development, and student management challenges. "I need you to review these student assessment reports and provide psychological analysis for the parent conferences next week," Sophia had requested during our August lunch meeting, presenting the need for professional consultation as a family obligation, rather than recognizing that comprehensive psychological assessment represented valuable professional services that deserved appreciation and reciprocal respect. The increasing professional service expectations had been accompanied by decreased recognition of the time, expertise, and professional knowledge that educational consultation required, suggesting that Sophia was beginning to view my psychological expertise as unlimited family resource rather than professional capability that had been developed through decades of education, training, and experience that deserved appropriate recognition and respect. By fall 2022, the concerning communication and expectation changes had escalated into obvious financial entitlement behaviors that revealed systematic abandonment of healthy family relationship principles and reciprocal respect that had maintained family financial cooperation and mutual support throughout our established relationship dynamics. Rebecca's approach to family financial assistance had become increasingly casual and entitled, with requests for money being presented as automatic family obligations rather than special support that required careful consideration, appreciation, and responsible financial planning that respected my retirement resources and personal financial security. "Emma needs new school clothes and activity fees, so I'll need about $2,000 to cover her expenses," Rebecca had announced during our September coffee meeting, using language that assumed automatic financial provision, rather than requesting assistance with understanding that substantial educational expenses represented significant financial impact on my personal budget and retirement financial planning. The casual approach to financial requests had been accompanied by decreased attention to budgeting, financial responsibility, and repayment consideration that suggested Rebecca was beginning to view family financial resources as unlimited support system rather than personal retirement savings that required careful management and responsible allocation throughout my retirement lifestyle maintenance. Marcus's financial entitlement had escalated even more dramatically, with his business investment needs and professional development expenses being presented as family investment opportunities that should automatically receive financial support without careful evaluation, risk assessment, or repayment planning that respected family financial boundaries and retirement resource protection. "The renewable energy market is expanding rapidly, and I need immediate access to $25,000 for equipment investment that will position my partnership for major growth opportunities," Marcus had explained during our October hiking trip, presenting substantial financial needs as urgent family investment opportunities, rather than recognizing that large business investments represented significant financial risk and resource allocation from my retirement savings. The increasing business investment requests had been accompanied by decreased financial transparency and reduced communication about business performance, risk factors, and repayment capabilities that suggested Marcus was beginning to view family financial resources as unlimited business funding, rather than personal retirement security that required careful protection and responsible management throughout retirement financial planning. Sophia's financial expectations had also escalated throughout fall 2022, with her educational expenses and professional development needs being presented as family educational investments rather than personal professional responsibilities that required individual financial planning and career development budgeting. I want to pursue additional special education certification, but the program costs $8,000 and I think the family should invest in my professional development since it benefits my teaching effectiveness, Sophia had suggested during our November lunch meeting, presenting professional education expenses as family obligations rather than individual career investments that required personal financial responsibility and professional development planning. The systematic escalation of financial expectations from all three children had created concerning patterns of entitled behavior and family resource exploitation that violated the reciprocal respect and mutual consideration that had maintained healthy family financial cooperation throughout our established relationship dynamics. Throughout the same period, the concerning financial entitlement had been accompanied by systematic exploitation of childcare services and family support that revealed growing assumptions about my time, energy, and personal schedule being unlimited resources for their convenience rather than valuable personal assets that required appreciation and reciprocal consideration throughout family interaction planning. Rebecca's childcare expectations had become increasingly demanding and inflexible, with babysitting needs being presented as automatic family obligations that should accommodate her professional schedule and social activities without regard for my personal commitments, social engagement, and individual lifestyle preferences during retirement years. I've committed to attending a week-long marketing conference in Las Vegas, so I'll need full-time childcare for Emma and Tyler from Monday morning through Friday evening, Rebecca had announced during our December coffee meeting, presenting extensive childcare needs as automatic family service rather than recognizing that week-long childcare represented significant time commitment and lifestyle disruption for my personal activities and social planning. The increasing childcare demands had been accompanied by decreased flexibility and reduced appreciation, when I occasionally had schedule conflicts or personal commitments that interfered with her childcare convenience, suggesting that Rebecca was beginning to view my time and availability as dedicated family resources rather than personal assets that deserved respect and consideration. Marcus's childcare exploitation had followed similar patterns, with his professional travel and business development activities requiring extensive family childcare support that was presented as automatic family assistance, rather than significant personal sacrifice and schedule accommodation that required appreciation and reciprocal consideration. My partnership responsibilities are requiring more business travel and client development, so I'll need regular weekly childcare support to maintain professional advancement opportunities, Marcus had explained during our January 2023 hiking trip, presenting ongoing childcare needs as family support obligations, rather than recognizing that regular childcare represented substantial time commitment and personal sacrifice throughout my retirement lifestyle planning. Sophia's childcare expectations had also escalated, with her professional development activities and educational commitments requiring family childcare support that was presented as educational investments rather than personal conveniences that required individual planning and reciprocal family consideration. I'm pursuing weekend special education training that will enhance my teaching effectiveness, so I'll need regular Saturday childcare to attend the professional development sessions, Sophia had requested during our February lunch meeting, presenting educational childcare needs as family obligations rather than individual professional responsibilities that required personal schedule management and family coordination consideration. The systematic exploitation of childcare services from all three children had created exhausting schedule demands and personal lifestyle disruption that violated the mutual respect and reciprocal consideration that had maintained healthy family support cooperation throughout our established relationship dynamics. Perhaps most concerning had been the systematic abuse of my professional psychological expertise and therapeutic knowledge through increasing demands for consultation, analysis, and problem-solving services that were presented as automatic family obligations rather than valuable professional capabilities that deserved appreciation and reciprocal respect throughout family interaction planning. Rebecca's professional consultation demands had become particularly exploitative, with her marketing challenges and client relationship problems being presented as family concerns that required my psychological expertise without recognition that professional consultation represented valuable services that deserved appropriate appreciation and reciprocal consideration. I need you to analyze this difficult client's personality profile and provide strategic recommendations for managing their marketing project demands and communication challenges, Rebecca had requested during our March coffee meeting, presenting comprehensive professional analysis as family assistance rather than recognizing that psychological assessment and strategic consultation represented professional services that had been developed through decades of education, training, and experience. The increasing consultation demands had been accompanied by decreased appreciation for the time, expertise, and professional knowledge that comprehensive psychological analysis required, suggesting that Rebecca was beginning to view my therapeutic capabilities as unlimited family resources, rather than professional expertise that deserved appropriate recognition and respect. Marcus's exploitation of my professional expertise had focused on team dynamics and workplace relationship challenges that required psychological analysis and intervention strategies for his engineering partnership and business development activities. I'm having significant personality conflicts with my business partners, and I need you to provide psychological assessment and communication strategies for managing these professional relationship challenges, Marcus had explained during our April hiking trip, presenting complex workplace consultation as family assistance rather than professional services that required specialized expertise and comprehensive analysis. Sophia's professional consultation abuse had been equally systematic, with her classroom management challenges and student behavioral problems being presented as family educational concerns rather than professional teaching responsibilities that required individual problem-solving and educational expertise development. I have several students with behavioral challenges that require psychological intervention strategies, and I need you to provide comprehensive assessment and management recommendations for addressing these classroom issues, Sophia had requested during our May lunch meeting, presenting educational consultation as family support rather than professional services that required therapeutic expertise and educational knowledge. The systematic exploitation of my professional expertise from all three children had created exhausting consultation demands and professional service expectations that violated the appropriate boundaries and reciprocal respect that should characterize family relationships and professional capability recognition. By summer 2023, the concerning entitlement patterns had escalated into obvious emotional manipulation tactics designed to ensure continued family support and assistance, while avoiding the reciprocal responsibility and appreciation that healthy family relationships required throughout mutual support and relationship maintenance. Rebecca had begun using guilt-based manipulation when I occasionally expressed concerns about the increasing demands or requested more appreciation and reciprocal consideration for the extensive support I had been providing throughout her adult life and professional development. I thought family was supposed to support each other unconditionally, Rebecca had responded during our June coffee meeting when I mentioned feeling overwhelmed by the increasing childcare and financial requests. It seems like you're more concerned about your own convenience than helping your daughter and grandchildren succeed and maintain family stability. The emotional manipulation had been designed to reframe my reasonable concerns about reciprocal respect and appreciation as selfishness and family disloyalty, suggesting that Rebecca was developing sophisticated manipulation strategies to avoid acknowledging the entitled behavior and family exploitation that had been increasing throughout the previous 18 months. Marcus had employed similar emotional manipulation tactics when I expressed concerns about the increasing financial requests and business investment expectations that were affecting my retirement, financial security, and personal budget planning. I thought you believed in family investment and supporting your children's professional success, Marcus had responded during our July hiking trip, when I mentioned needing to establish clearer financial boundaries and repayment expectations. It sounds like you're prioritizing your retirement comfort over your family's business development and financial advancement opportunities. The manipulation strategy had been designed to reframe healthy financial boundaries as family abandonment and selfishness, indicating that Marcus was developing systematic emotional pressure tactics to avoid acknowledging the financial exploitation and entitled behavior that had been escalating throughout his business development planning. Sophia had used educational and grandchildren-focused manipulation when I expressed concerns about the increasing professional consultation demands and childcare service exploitation that were affecting my personal time and social activities. "I thought you cared about your grandchildren's educational success and family development," Sophia had responded during our August lunch meeting when I mentioned feeling overwhelmed by the consultation requests and childcare expectations. "It seems like you're more interested in your social activities than supporting your family's educational advancement and child development needs." The systematic emotional manipulation from all three children had revealed coordinated strategies for avoiding accountability while maintaining access to family support and assistance that violated the healthy boundaries and mutual respect that should characterize adult-family relationships and reciprocal support systems. What made their behavioral transformation particularly concerning was the evidence of coordination among Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia in developing their entitled attitudes and manipulation strategies, suggesting that they had been discussing my, quote, changing priorities and decreased family commitment, rather than recognizing their own entitled behavior and systematic exploitation of family relationships. "We've been talking, and we're all concerned that you seem less interested in family activities and more focused on your own social life and personal interests," Rebecca had mentioned during our September coffee meeting, presenting coordinated family concern rather than acknowledging that their increasing demands and entitled behavior had been creating exhaustion and schedule overwhelm that affected my ability to maintain the same level of enthusiasm for family interaction. The coordinated concern about my changing behavior had been accompanied by systematic pressure to increase family assistance and reduce personal boundaries that suggested they had been strategizing about maintaining access to family support while avoiding acknowledgement of their entitled behavior and family relationship exploitation. "We think you might be going through some kind of adjustment phase that's affecting your family priorities and commitment to supporting our professional development and family needs," Marcus had explained during our October hiking trip, presenting psychological analysis rather than recognizing that normal boundary setting and appreciation requests represented healthy family relationship maintenance rather than personal dysfunction. The systematic coordination in reframing my boundary concerns as personal problems rather than legitimate family relationship issues had revealed sophisticated manipulation strategies that indicated they had been collaborating to maintain their entitled behavior while avoiding accountability for the family exploitation and relationship dysfunction they had been creating throughout their attitude transformation. Throughout this entire period of concerning behavioral changes, I had been systematically documenting their attitude shifts, entitlement development, and manipulation strategies through the professional family assessment protocols that I had developed throughout my therapeutic career for identifying and addressing family dysfunction before it became irreversible relationship damage. The Rodriguez children are demonstrating classic patterns of adult-child entitlement and family exploitation that require comprehensive intervention and consequence implementation, I had documented in my professional assessment records. Their systematic coordination and manipulation strategies and emotional pressure tactics indicates advanced dysfunction that threatens family relationship stability and individual character development. The professional documentation had included detailed analysis of communication pattern changes, systematic tracking of expectation escalation and appreciation diminishment, comprehensive assessment of financial entitlement and child care exploitation patterns, and evaluation of emotional manipulation tactics and coordination strategies that revealed the scope and severity of their family relationship dysfunction. The behavioral assessment had also included comparison with thousands of similar cases from my therapeutic career, providing professional context for understanding that their entitled behavior represented serious family dysfunction rather than normal adult development challenges or temporary adjustment difficulties that might resolve without comprehensive intervention and consequence implementation. The systematic nature of their entitlement development and the coordination in their manipulation strategies indicates that this dysfunction requires immediate therapeutic intervention and comprehensive consequence implementation to prevent permanent family relationship damage and individual character destruction, I had concluded in my professional assessment analysis. The family monitoring systems had been preparing detailed documentation that would support comprehensive intervention and educational consequence implementation, ensuring that their entitled behavior and family exploitation would encounter immediate professional response and systematic character education that would restore healthy family relationship dynamics and reciprocal respect patterns. But my children had no idea that their entitled behavior had been systematically documented by a professional with 4 decades of experience in family dysfunction assessment and therapeutic intervention planning, or that their coordination strategies and manipulation tactics had been providing evidence for the most comprehensive family intervention in our community's therapeutic history. The golden years that they had systematically destroyed through entitled behavior and family exploitation were about to become the foundation for educational consequences that would restore healthy family relationship dynamics while providing lasting character development and reciprocal respect that should have characterized their adult family relationships from the beginning. Have you ever watched someone gradually transform from loving family member to entitled manipulator? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Because this systematic behavior change was just the beginning, and my children were about to discover that some parents don't just provide unlimited support, they understand exactly how to identify family dysfunction and implement consequences that create lasting character development. If you want to see how these concerning warning signs develop into obvious family dysfunction and hear more about the professional assessment and documentation that was preparing comprehensive intervention strategies, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. The entitled behavior had been systematically documented, the manipulation strategies had been professionally analyzed, and my children's complete misunderstanding of healthy family relationship boundaries would soon trigger the most comprehensive family intervention that anyone in our community's history had ever experienced. The systematic entitled behavior and family exploitation that had been escalating throughout 2022 and 2023 reached its devastating climax on Saturday evening, March 16, 2024, when Rebecca's public humiliation at my 70th birthday celebration would trigger the activation of the most comprehensive family intervention and behavioral modification program that anyone in Denver's therapeutic community had ever witnessed. But before I reveal the surprising decision that would transform their manipulation and entitled behavior into comprehensive family education about respect, consequences, and healthy relationship dynamics, let me tell you exactly how their systematic campaign had reached the point where professional intervention became not just necessary but inevitable for protecting both family relationships and individual character development from permanent damage. Throughout the final months of 2023, the concerning entitled behavior and family exploitation that I had been systematically documenting had escalated beyond simple boundary violations into obvious family dysfunction that required immediate therapeutic intervention and comprehensive consequence implementation to prevent permanent relationship damage and character destruction. Rebecca's financial demands had become increasingly aggressive and entitled, with her requests for money being accompanied by emotional manipulation and family loyalty pressure whenever I suggested the need for budgeting, repayment planning, or financial boundaries that respected my retirement security and personal financial planning. "I can't believe you're being so selfish about money when your own daughter and grandchildren need financial support," Rebecca had declared during our December 2023 coffee meeting, when I mentioned that her cumulative financial requests had exceeded $15,000 over the previous 6 months. "What's the point of having retirement savings if you're not going to use them to help your family succeed and maintain financial stability?" The aggressive financial entitlement had been accompanied by systematic manipulation tactics designed to reframe my reasonable financial boundaries as family abandonment and selfish behavior, indicating that Rebecca had developed sophisticated exploitation strategies that violated every principle of healthy adult family relationships and reciprocal respect. Marcus's business investment demands had reached equally problematic levels, with his partnership expansion plans requiring substantial family financial support that was presented as guaranteed return opportunities rather than high-risk business investments that could threaten my retirement financial security. This renewable energy expansion represents a $50,000 investment opportunity that will generate substantial returns for the entire family, Marcus had explained during our January 2024 hiking trip, presenting major business funding needs as family investment opportunities, rather than recognizing that substantial business investments represented significant financial risk and potential loss of retirement resources. Sophia's professional development expenses had also escalated dramatically, with her educational advancement plans requiring comprehensive family financial support for certification programs, conference attendance, and professional equipment that was presented as family educational investments rather than individual career responsibilities. "My special education certification and conference attendance will cost about $12,000, but it's really an investment in the family's educational expertise and professional development," Sophia had suggested during our February lunch meeting, presenting personal career expenses as family obligations rather than individual professional responsibilities that required personal financial planning. The systematic financial exploitation from all three children had created an unsustainable drain on my retirement resources, while revealing entitled attitudes and manipulation strategies that threatened both family relationship stability and individual character development throughout their adult lives and professional advancement. Simultaneously with the escalating financial demands, the systematic exploitation of childcare services had reached levels that threatened my personal health, social relationships, and individual lifestyle maintenance during what should have been enjoyable retirement years focused on personal interests and social engagement, rather than unlimited grandparent service obligations. Rebecca's childcare expectations had become completely unreasonable, with her professional and social activities requiring multiple days per week of intensive grandparent childcare that was presented as automatic family obligations, rather than extraordinary personal sacrifice that deserved appreciation and reciprocal consideration. Emma and Tyler need consistent care while I focus on expanding my marketing business and building client relationships, Rebecca had announced during our January coffee meeting, presenting extensive childcare needs as family responsibilities, rather than recognizing that full-time grandparent childcare represented significant personal sacrifice and lifestyle limitation throughout my retirement years. The intensive childcare demands had been accompanied by increasingly rigid expectations and decreased flexibility, when I occasionally had personal commitments or health concerns that interfered with her childcare convenience, suggesting that Rebecca viewed my time and energy as dedicated family resources rather than personal assets that deserved respect and consideration. Marcus's childcare exploitation had followed similar patterns, with his business travel and partnership responsibilities requiring extensive family childcare support that was coordinated with Rebecca's needs to create nearly continuous grandparent service obligations that eliminated opportunities for personal activities and social engagement. My business expansion requires significant travel and client development, so I'll need reliable childcare coverage that allows me to focus on professional advancement opportunities, Marcus had explained during our February hiking trip, presenting ongoing childcare needs as family support requirements rather than extraordinary personal accommodation that deserved appreciation and reciprocal consideration. Sophia's childcare demands had added additional pressure to an already overwhelming schedule, with her professional development activities requiring weekend and evening childcare that eliminated opportunities for personal rest, social activities, and individual lifestyle maintenance during retirement years. The combined childcare exploitation from all three children had created exhausting service demands that threatened my physical health and social relationships, while revealing entitled attitudes that violated every principle of reciprocal respect and family consideration that should characterize healthy adult family relationships. Perhaps most insulting had been the systematic abuse of my professional psychological expertise through increasing demands for comprehensive consultation, analysis, and problem-solving services that were presented as unlimited family obligations rather than valuable professional capabilities that deserved appropriate appreciation and compensation consideration. Rebecca's professional consultation demands had become particularly exploitative, with her marketing challenges requiring comprehensive psychological analysis, client assessment, and strategic planning that represented professional services worth thousands of dollars in consultation fees. I need you to provide complete psychological profiles for 3 major clients and develop comprehensive communication strategies for managing their personality conflicts and project demands, Rebecca had requested during our March coffee meeting, presenting extensive professional consultation as family assistance rather than recognizing that comprehensive psychological assessment represented professional services that required specialized expertise and substantial time investment. Marcus's consultation abuse had focused on workplace psychology and team dynamics that required sophisticated analysis and intervention planning for his engineering partnership and business relationship challenges. I'm having complex personality conflicts with my business partners that are threatening the entire partnership structure, and I need comprehensive psychological assessment and intervention strategies for resolving these professional relationship problems, Marcus had explained, presenting complex workplace consultation as family support rather than professional services that required therapeutic expertise and intervention planning. Sophia's exploitation of my professional expertise had been equally systematic, with her classroom management and student behavioral challenges requiring comprehensive psychological assessment and intervention planning that represented professional educational consultation services. I have several students with severe behavioral and learning challenges that require complete psychological evaluation and individualized intervention planning for addressing their educational and behavioral needs, Sophia had requested, presenting professional educational consultation as family obligations rather than specialized services that required therapeutic expertise and educational knowledge. The systematic exploitation of my professional expertise had revealed entitled attitudes that violated appropriate professional boundaries, while demonstrating complete lack of appreciation for the education, training, and experience that professional psychological capabilities represented throughout my therapeutic career development. By early 2024, the concerning entitled behavior had escalated into aggressive emotional manipulation tactics designed to maintain unlimited access to family support while avoiding any accountability for the systematic exploitation and family dysfunction they had been creating throughout their attitude transformation and character deterioration. When I began expressing stronger concerns about the unsustainable demands and the need for healthy boundaries and reciprocal respect in our family relationships, all three children had responded with coordinated emotional manipulation campaigns designed to reframe my legitimate concerns as personal dysfunction rather than appropriate family relationship maintenance. We're really concerned about your changing attitude toward family and your decreased willingness to support your children and grandchildren, Rebecca had declared during a coordinated family meeting in early March 2024. It seems like you're becoming selfish and focused on your own interests, rather than maintaining family unity and supporting our professional development and family needs. The aggressive emotional manipulation had been designed to reframe healthy boundary setting as selfish behavior while maintaining their entitled access to unlimited family support and assistance, without reciprocal responsibility or appreciation for the extraordinary personal sacrifice their demands represented. We think you might be going through some kind of psychological adjustment that's affecting your family priorities and commitment to supporting your children's success and family stability, Marcus had added during the same confrontational meeting, presenting amateur psychological analyses rather than acknowledging their entitled behavior and systematic family exploitation. Sophia had contributed additional emotional pressure by focusing on the grandchildren and educational concerns as manipulation tools for maintaining unlimited access to family resources and assistance. Your grandchildren need consistent family support and educational guidance, and your decreased availability is affecting their development and family stability, Sophia had claimed, using the grandchildren as emotional leverage, rather than acknowledging that reasonable boundaries and reciprocal respect would actually create healthier family relationships for everyone involved. The coordinated emotional manipulation campaign had revealed sophisticated exploitation strategies and systematic character deterioration that indicated their entitled behavior had progressed beyond simple boundary violations into dangerous family dysfunction that required immediate therapeutic intervention and comprehensive consequence implementation. The final demonstration of their entitled behavior and systematic family exploitation had occurred during the planning for my 70th birthday celebration, when they had attempted to transform what should have been a family celebration into another opportunity for manipulation and entitled behavior, while avoiding any genuine appreciation or reciprocal contribution to the celebration planning and execution. We think your birthday party should be a simple family dinner at home instead of an expensive restaurant celebration, Rebecca had suggested during our March coffee meeting, attempting to eliminate the celebration expenses while maintaining their expectation of comprehensive family support and assistance throughout the birthday planning and coordination. The suggestion to eliminate restaurant expenses had been accompanied by expectations that I would provide all the planning, preparation, and financial resources for the birthday celebration while they attended as guests, rather than contributing family members who appreciated the opportunity to celebrate and honor family relationships through mutual effort and financial contribution. A home celebration would be more intimate and meaningful than an expensive restaurant dinner, Marcus had agreed during our March hiking trip, supporting the cost elimination strategy while avoiding any acknowledgement that a milestone birthday celebration deserved special recognition and family investment, rather than continued exploitation of my resources and energy for their convenience. Sophia had reinforced their coordinated approach by suggesting that a home celebration would be better for the grandchildren while avoiding any mention of family contribution or assistance, with the celebration planning and execution. The grandchildren would be more comfortable at home and you could prepare all their favorite foods instead of dealing with restaurant limitations and expenses, Sophia had explained, presenting the home celebration as child-focused consideration, rather than acknowledging their systematic avoidance of financial contribution and reciprocal effort for family celebration planning. The birthday planning manipulation had revealed their systematic approach to avoiding any financial contribution or genuine appreciation, while maintaining their expectations of comprehensive family service and resource provision throughout what should have been a mutual celebration of family relationships and milestone achievement. Despite their attempts to manipulate the birthday celebration planning, I had proceeded with organizing a beautiful 70th birthday dinner at Bella Vista Restaurant, Denver's premier Italian establishment, with a private dining room reservation for 30 family members and close friends who had been important throughout my personal and professional life. The celebration had been planned as a genuine family gathering that would honor family relationships while celebrating the milestone achievement of reaching 70 years with health, professional accomplishment, and family connections that had provided meaning and satisfaction throughout my adult life and career development. But what I discovered that evening would expose the full extent of their entitled behavior and systematic family exploitation in the most public and humiliating way possible, triggering the comprehensive family intervention that their behavior had been requiring throughout their character deterioration and relationship dysfunction. As I arrived at Bella Vista Restaurant on the evening of March 16, 2024, I was expecting to find a warm family gathering with appreciation for the relationships we had built and the celebrations we had shared throughout our family development and mutual support over nearly 2 decades of healthy family interaction. Instead, I discovered that Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia had coordinated a systematic campaign to transform my birthday celebration into a public confrontation designed to establish their authority over family decisions, while humiliating me in front of 30 family members and friends who had gathered to celebrate family relationships and personal milestone achievement. "Mom, we need to talk to you about your recent behavior and the concerns we have about your family priorities," Rebecca had announced as she stood up in front of the entire gathered celebration, using my birthday party as a platform for family confrontation rather than celebration and appreciation. The public confrontation had been obviously planned and coordinated, with all 3 children prepared to present their concerns about my, quote, changing behavior and decreased family commitment, rather than acknowledging their own entitled behavior and systematic family exploitation that had been creating the relationship dysfunction they were claiming to address. "We're concerned that you're becoming selfish and focused on your own interests, rather than supporting your family's needs and maintaining healthy family relationships," Marcus had continued, presenting their entitled behavior as family concern while avoiding any acknowledgement of their systematic exploitation and manipulation tactics. But the most shocking moment had come when Rebecca, after building up their coordinated concerns and family loyalty pressure, had delivered the devastating public humiliation that would trigger the comprehensive family intervention their behavior had been requiring throughout their character deterioration. "The truth is, we don't want you here," Rebecca had declared in front of 30 family members and friends, using my milestone birthday celebration as an opportunity for public family rejection rather than appreciation and celebration of family relationships and personal achievement. The shocking public humiliation had been accompanied by systematic family rejection from Marcus and Sophia, who had supported Rebecca's declaration with their own statements about my supposed family dysfunction and their coordinated decision to establish boundaries that would limit my involvement in their lives while maintaining their access to family resources and assistance. The public family rejection at my 70th birthday celebration had provided the final documentation needed for comprehensive family intervention and systematic consequence implementation that would address their entitled behavior while teaching the importance of respect, appreciation, and healthy family relationship dynamics through direct experience and educational consequences. Instead of responding with emotion, hurt, or defensive behavior that might have provided them with additional ammunition for their family manipulation campaign, I had quietly gathered my purse, stood up with dignity, and whispered, "Okay," before walking out of the restaurant I had paid for, leaving them to explain their behavior to 30 shocked family members and friends who had witnessed their public humiliation of their mother during her milestone birthday celebration. But what Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia didn't realize was that their public family rejection had triggered the activation of comprehensive family intervention protocols that I had been preparing throughout their entitled behavior development, and that their shocking birthday confrontation would soon encounter the most strategic and educationally devastating consequences that anyone in Denver's therapeutic community had ever implemented for family dysfunction and entitled behavior. The surprising decision I made that evening wasn't to argue, fight, or attempt to repair relationships that had been systematically damaged by their entitled behavior and family exploitation. Instead, I implemented immediate and comprehensive withdrawal of all family support, assistance, and resources, while activating professional intervention protocols that would provide them with direct experience of the consequences their behavior had been creating throughout their character deterioration. Within 24 hours of their birthday humiliation, I had implemented complete cessation of all financial assistance, childcare services, professional consultation, and family support that had been providing the foundation for their adult lives and professional development throughout their entitled behavior development. The comprehensive support withdrawal had included immediate termination of all financial assistance and emergency funding that had been supporting their lifestyle and business activities, complete cessation of childcare services and grandparent assistance that had been enabling their professional and social activities, elimination of all professional consultation and psychological expertise that had been supporting their career development, and systematic withdrawal from all family activities and relationship maintenance that had been providing emotional support and family connection. But the most strategically devastating aspect of my surprising decision had been the activation of comprehensive therapeutic intervention protocols that would provide my children with direct experience of managing adult responsibilities without unlimited family support, while learning about respect, appreciation, and healthy family relationship dynamics through systematic consequence implementation and behavioral modification. Within the first week following their birthday humiliation, Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia had discovered the comprehensive scope of family support they had been taking for granted while learning about adult responsibility and financial independence through direct experience rather than theoretical discussion about family boundaries and reciprocal respect. Rebecca's immediate challenges had included finding reliable childcare for Emma and Tyler while managing her marketing business responsibilities, addressing her substantial financial obligations without family assistance, and managing professional consultation needs without unlimited access to psychological expertise and strategic planning support. I had no idea how much I was depending on Mom's childcare and financial support until it was suddenly unavailable, Rebecca had admitted during emergency family coordination meetings that became necessary as they struggled with adult responsibilities they had been avoiding through family exploitation. The childcare alone costs over $2,000 per month, and that doesn't include the financial assistance and professional consultation I had been receiving. Marcus's reality education had included managing his business partnership responsibilities without family financial backing, addressing childcare coordination without unlimited grandparent assistance, and handling workplace relationship challenges without comprehensive psychological consultation and intervention planning. My business operations were actually dependent on family financial support and childcare assistance in ways that I didn't fully recognize until those resources were no longer available, Marcus had acknowledged during family crisis management discussions. The partnership investment requirements and childcare coordination represent substantial expenses and time commitments that require careful planning and financial management. Sophia's immediate consequences had included managing her professional development expenses without family financial assistance, addressing classroom challenges without unlimited psychological consultation, and coordinating childcare responsibilities without comprehensive grandparent support services. My teaching career and professional development had been significantly supported by family financial assistance and childcare services that I had been taking for granted, Sophia had realized during family assessment meetings. The certification expenses and childcare coordination represent substantial financial and logistical challenges that require individual responsibility and careful planning. But the most educationally powerful aspect of their consequence experience had been the comprehensive family intervention and psychological assessment that I had implemented through my professional network and therapeutic expertise, providing them with direct experience of family therapy and behavioral modification, while learning about healthy relationship dynamics and reciprocal respect through systematic intervention and consequence implementation. Dr. Patricia Wong, my family therapy colleague and intervention specialist, had implemented comprehensive family assessment protocols that required Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia to participate in systematic evaluation of their behavior patterns, entitled attitudes, and family relationship dysfunction, while developing understanding of healthy adult-family relationships and reciprocal respect principles. The Rodriguez family intervention represents a comprehensive approach to addressing entitled behavior and family exploitation through systematic consequence implementation and behavioral modification, Dr. Wong had explained during the family assessment process. The intervention provides direct experience of adult responsibility while teaching respect, appreciation, and healthy family relationship dynamics through therapeutic education and consequence learning. The family intervention had included individual psychological assessment for each child to evaluate their entitled behavior patterns and character development needs, comprehensive family therapy sessions focused on healthy relationship dynamics and reciprocal respect education, systematic consequence implementation that provided direct experience of adult responsibility and financial independence, and ongoing monitoring and assessment that tracked behavioral change and character development throughout the intervention process. Attorney Sarah Mitchell, my legal consultant and family protection specialist, had implemented comprehensive legal frameworks that protected my personal assets and retirement security while ensuring that the family intervention remained focused on education and character development rather than punishment or relationship destruction. The legal protection frameworks ensure that family intervention focuses on behavioral education and character development while protecting retirement resources and personal security from continued exploitation attempts, Attorney Mitchell had explained during legal consultation and protection planning. The comprehensive approach addresses both immediate consequence implementation and long-term family relationship reconstruction based on healthy boundaries and reciprocal respect. 6 months after implementing the comprehensive family intervention, Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia had experienced systematic character development and gained genuine understanding of adult responsibility, family appreciation, and healthy relationship dynamics through direct consequence experience and therapeutic education, rather than theoretical discussion about family boundaries and reciprocal respect. The character development had included genuine recognition of their entitled behavior and systematic family exploitation, authentic appreciation for the extraordinary support and assistance they had been receiving throughout their adult development, comprehensive understanding of adult financial responsibility and independence requirements, and systematic development of respect, reciprocity, and healthy family relationship maintenance skills. The intervention provided understanding of adult responsibility and genuine appreciation for family support that I had been taking for granted throughout my professional development and personal growth, Rebecca had explained during family relationship reconstruction ceremonies. The experience taught me that healthy family relationships require reciprocal respect and mutual appreciation, rather than entitled exploitation of parental love and generosity. Marcus had gained similar understanding of professional independence and family appreciation through the systematic consequence experience and therapeutic intervention that had addressed his entitled behavior while teaching healthy relationship dynamics and reciprocal respect principles. The family intervention taught me that professional success requires individual responsibility and financial independence, while family relationships should enhance rather than replace personal accountability and character development, Marcus had acknowledged during intervention assessment meetings. The experience provided understanding of healthy family dynamics and the importance of appreciating rather than exploiting family support and assistance. Sophia had developed comprehensive understanding of professional responsibility and family relationship maintenance through the educational consequences and therapeutic intervention that had addressed her entitled behavior while teaching respect, appreciation, and healthy boundary maintenance. The intervention experience taught me that professional development requires individual financial responsibility, while family relationships should be based on mutual respect and reciprocal appreciation rather than systematic exploitation of family resources and emotional support, Sophia had explained during family relationship reconstruction planning. The most surprising aspect of the comprehensive family intervention had been the revelation that the systematic consequence implementation and therapeutic education had been designed not as permanent family separation, but as comprehensive character development that would restore healthy family relationships based on mutual respect, reciprocal appreciation, and appropriate boundaries that served everyone's development and family stability. The family intervention was designed to provide comprehensive education about respect, responsibility, and healthy family relationship dynamics, while creating opportunity for character development and relationship reconstruction based on genuine appreciation and reciprocal consideration, I had explained during family relationship restoration ceremonies. Adult family relationships require mutual respect and reciprocal appreciation, and the intervention provided the education and consequence experience necessary for building those healthy dynamics. The systematic consequence implementation had concluded with comprehensive family relationship reconstruction that included ongoing respect and appreciation requirements, systematic reciprocal support and family contribution expectations, healthy boundary maintenance and individual responsibility standards, and comprehensive monitoring and assessment that ensured continued character development and healthy family relationship maintenance. Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia had emerged from their consequence experience with genuine understanding of adult responsibility and authentic appreciation for family relationships based on mutual respect and reciprocal consideration, rather than entitled exploitation and systematic family manipulation. The consequence experience provided lasting understanding of adult responsibility and genuine appreciation for healthy family relationships, Rebecca had explained during family relationship reconstruction ceremonies. The experience created comprehensive character development while teaching the importance of respect, reciprocity, and appreciation in family relationships, rather than entitled exploitation of parental love and family resources. Quote, "The Rodriguez Family Intervention and Character Development Program had grown from our family's consequence experience into a comprehensive resource center that provided family therapy services, entitled Behavior Intervention and Family Relationship Reconstruction for families throughout Colorado and neighboring states. The program had directly assisted over 200 families in addressing entitled behavior while building healthy family relationship dynamics based on mutual respect and reciprocal appreciation. The program's impact has exceeded all expectations for family intervention and character development," Program Director Dr. Patricia Wong had reported during the first annual impact assessment. Dr. Rodriguez's systematic response to family entitled behavior has created intervention and relationship reconstruction resources that have prevented countless instances of family dysfunction while providing comprehensive support for families dealing with similar manipulation and exploitation challenges. The program's intervention services included comprehensive workshops for families about healthy relationship dynamics and adult responsibility development, professional training for family therapists and intervention specialists, and educational resources for parents dealing with entitled adult children and family exploitation attempts that threatened family stability and individual character development. All three of my children had become effective advocates and educators for the program, sharing their personal consequence experience and character development to help other families understand the importance of respect, reciprocity, and healthy family relationship boundaries throughout adult family relationships and multi-generational interaction. Our consequence experience and character development created lasting understanding of adult responsibility and genuine appreciation for healthy family relationships, Marcus had explained during program educational presentations. The experience taught us that family relationships should be based on mutual respect and reciprocal appreciation, rather than entitled exploitation of parental love and family resources for personal convenience and financial advantage. Quote, "The national recognition of our family intervention approach had attracted attention from family therapy professionals and behavioral intervention specialists throughout the United States, leading to adoption of similar programs and character development frameworks in multiple states and therapeutic communities throughout the country. The Rodriguez Family Intervention Model represents a breakthrough approach to addressing entitled behavior while building healthy family relationship dynamics," explained Professor Robert Kim of University of Denver during National Family Therapy Conferences. The systematic integration of consequence implementation and character development provides families with tools for addressing dysfunction, while building lasting respect and reciprocal appreciation that serves healthy family relationships across multiple generations. As I reflect on the 18 months that have passed since Rebecca's shocking birthday humiliation and the comprehensive family intervention and character development that resulted from strategic consequence implementation, the most satisfying aspect of the entire experience has been the knowledge that their entitled behavior ultimately created lasting family relationship improvement and character development that will benefit not just our family but countless others through intervention programs and community education initiatives. The program that bears my name has grown into a comprehensive resource center that provides family intervention, character development assistance, and healthy relationship education for families throughout multiple states, while also serving as a model for similar organizations and family therapy programs throughout the country. The family intervention and character development techniques that were developed through my children's consequence experience have been adopted by family therapy professionals nationwide, enhancing capability for addressing entitled behavior while building healthy family relationship dynamics based on respect and reciprocal appreciation. But perhaps the most profound satisfaction comes from knowing that Rebecca, Marcus, and Sophia's entitled behavior and systematic family exploitation, which was designed to prioritize personal convenience over family respect, ultimately demonstrated the importance of healthy family boundaries and mutual appreciation, while creating lasting intervention resources that would help other families address similar dysfunction and character development challenges. The quiet elderly mother that my children systematically exploited and publicly humiliated during their entitled behavior campaign had possessed exactly the therapeutic expertise and intervention authority necessary to ensure that their dysfunction resulted in comprehensive character development and lasting family relationship improvement, while also creating educational resources that would help other families address similar entitled behavior and exploitation challenges. The story that began with systematic family exploitation and public birthday humiliation had ended with comprehensive character development and healthy family relationship reconstruction, proving that real therapeutic authority and professional expertise often operate quietly until entitled behavior forces them into intervention action that creates lasting benefit for families and communities. My children had assumed that my age and generous nature made me vulnerable to unlimited exploitation and public humiliation, never realizing that some parents possess exactly the therapeutic background and intervention connections necessary to ensure that entitled behavior results in comprehensive character development and lasting family relationship improvement through systematic consequence implementation and educational intervention. The family relationships that they thought were automatically available for unlimited exploitation had ultimately triggered the most comprehensive character development and family intervention program in our community's history, demonstrating that healthy family relationships should be based on mutual respect and reciprocal appreciation, rather than entitled exploitation and systematic family manipulation. The surprising decision that my children discovered through their consequence experience was that parents who appear vulnerable may possess decades of therapeutic expertise and systematic authority that can transform family exploitation into educational opportunities and character development resources that serve as permanent benefit for families and communities. My 4 decades of family therapy experience had provided exactly the right professional background and intervention capability to ensure that my children's entitled behavior resulted not only in comprehensive personal character development, but also in lasting intervention resources and family relationship improvement frameworks that would benefit families throughout the region and beyond. Some family dysfunction ends with permanent relationship damage and lasting resentment, but others create comprehensive character development and family relationship improvement that serve as permanent demonstration of how therapeutic expertise can ensure that family relationships serve healthy development while creating lasting benefit for families and communities. My children thought they were exploiting a vulnerable elderly mother while avoiding adult responsibility and family appreciation. They had no idea they were creating the foundation for one of the most comprehensive family intervention and character development programs in therapeutic history. The quiet retirement that had concealed therapeutic authority had ultimately protected not just one family relationship, but had created lasting intervention resources and character development frameworks that would benefit thousands of families, while demonstrating how professional expertise can ensure that family relationships serve healthy development and mutual respect, rather than enabling entitled behavior and systematic exploitation. Remember, real therapeutic power operates through professional expertise and systematic intervention rather than obvious authority. The most important character development often comes from consequences implemented by those who appear most vulnerable, while possessing exactly the right background and professional connections to ensure that entitled behavior results in comprehensive family relationship improvement and lasting educational legacy. Never underestimate someone based on age, apparent vulnerability, or generous nature. because you never know when that quiet elderly parent might possess exactly the therapeutic expertise and intervention authority necessary to transform your entitled behavior into the most comprehensive character development and family relationship education of your lifetime. Have you ever witnessed such a complete transformation from entitled exploitation to genuine respect and appreciation? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts, because this story proves that family relationships should be based on mutual respect and reciprocal appreciation, and that the most powerful character development often operates through therapeutic expertise that creates lasting educational benefit for families and communities. If you enjoyed this story of family intervention and character development, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more stories about how therapeutic expertise and professional intervention can ensure that family relationships serve healthy development while creating lasting benefit for individuals and communities who understand the importance of respect, reciprocity, and healthy family relationship maintenance. The family lesson that changed my children's lives forever and created lasting benefit for thousands of families proves that some character development requires professional expertise and systematic consequences to restore healthy family values and relationship dynamics that should be natural expressions of mutual respect and family appreciation.